Our goal at AutoNation USA and Value Stop is to revolutionize the way automobiles are bought and sold. From the acquisition of quality vehicles to the eventual sale of those vehicles, each and every step is important. And each step must be consistent and well executed. To accomplish our goal, we must make wise inventory purchase decisions and offer guests a fair appraisal value for their vehicles. There are three critical success factors for buyers and appraisers. They are understanding how a vehicle operates, knowing how to appraise a vehicle using company procedures, and interacting with guests using the Affinity Appraisal approach, the basis of our guest-focused sales interaction. Appraising a vehicle for purchase is a critical link in the inventory supply chain. There will be situations in which you'll need to diagnose certain problems to make a determination of estimated reconditioning costs. Only after you have a basic understanding of the working automotive components and the vehicle classifications are you ready to begin learning how to inspect a pre-owned vehicle. Inspecting a car or truck for AutoNation USA or Value Stop involves a series of sequential steps that, when followed, will successfully guide you to make a proper value judgment. It's divided into three stages: pre-drive, road test, and post-drive inspections. Begin your inspection by checking the VIN number. Standing outside the driver's side, look for the plate on the dash where it joins the windshield. You should then check the plate or decal located inside the driver's side front door jamb to confirm the numbers match. Use both your eyes and fingers to inspect for rust, dents, or wear areas in the metal. Check the underside and edges of doors for rust. Examine the space between the hood and fenders, as well as any space between the trunk lid and the quarter panels. Problems could indicate accident damage. Open the trunk to check for water leaks, weld spots, or signs of poor repairs. At this point, also note the condition of the spare tire and jack. On convertibles, examine the condition of the top for cracks, holes, and wear and tear. By crouching close to the car near one end, sight along the length to check for ripples in the metal and for different paint shades on the body. These factors may indicate unseen damage or poor repair. Make certain you're in bright light, preferably full sunlight, during this part of the inspection. Worn tires on a newer model vehicle with low miles could hint that the vehicle is a damage repair and should be carefully examined. When checking the tires, you will look for tread wear and depth. Excessive or abnormal tread wear can indicate problems with air pressure or parts of the suspension system. Check also for mismatched tires, missing or damaged wheel covers. Standing at the corner of the car, use your body weight to push and pull the fender or bumper up and down several times. After the final push down, let go. The car should go up and down once and stop in the middle position. If the vehicle continues to bounce, it will need new shock absorbers. Do all the windows go up and down smoothly and fit properly? Check if the doors close easily and whether they sag when opened. Remember to test the key in each door. You should also check all glass for any damage. When inspecting a convertible, test how well the top functions going up or down, both manual and electric. Feel the driver's seat cushions for springs, lumps, or hollows. Look for burns on the seats or carpeting. Also examine the floor and under the seat for rust or damage. Inspect seatbelts, armrests, and the floor pedals for wear. Low mileage and excessive wear may indicate the vehicle doesn't have actual mileage. If the interior smells musty, it could mean water damage or leaks. At this point, you'll want to start the vehicle. Immediately listen for unusual noises. Unless the vehicle is a diesel, a clunking or hammering noise means trouble. Loud squealing, however, may only mean a slipping drive belt, which is a minor repair. You should then check all lights, indicator, and instrument panel lights included. Test the radio, tape deck, or CD player, and then the air conditioner, and in cold weather climates, the heater. You'll now be ready to perform the driving portion of the inspection. You'll now be ready to perform the driving portion of the inspection. You should note the odometer reading before and after the road test to ensure the car has actual mileage. Check for vibrations or a pulling or shimmying. This may mean alignment or balance problems, which may or may not be minor. If the vehicle has an automatic transmission, accelerate until it changes to top gear and slow slightly so it doesn't shift down. Then increase again to high speed. Whether a manual or automatic transmission, the vehicle should pick up speed smoothly. If the engine skips, hesitates, bucks, or if you hear high-pitched pinging or knocking, it could mean costly reconditioning. You'll need to drive the car forward and backward several times. There should be no groans or howl. If it has a manual transmission, the vehicle should start off smoothly and the gears should shift easily. If automatic, it should also shift smoothly and the engine should not race when changing gears. And don't forget to test the cruise control feature. To properly check the brakes, you should be driving at 45 miles per hour and press the brake hard, but not hard enough to lock the wheels. Repeat the action several times. The pedal should stay solid and the car shouldn't swerve as it comes to a stop. If the brakes grab or chatter, it could mean costly repair. As you drive around corners, at least 5 times each way, check for the following things: too much play in the steering wheel, too tight or sticky, grinding or squealing, and make certain you test the steering on a bumpy surface for rattles. You check the piston rings by driving a quarter of a mile at a moderate speed, slowing down to 25 miles per hour, then accelerating. At this point, check the rear-view mirror for smoke from the exhaust pipe. Blue smoke indicates the need for new piston rings, a very costly repair. Black smoke may only mean a carburetor adjustment is required. Persistent white smoke could indicate a blown head gasket, a cracked head, or a cracked block, all serious and very expensive repairs. The last aspect of the road test is to check to see if the car is overheating. A radiator repair can be very costly, and a car with this problem should be avoided for inventory purchase. If a vehicle overheats during the road test, never remove the radiator cap. It could be very dangerous. After you've completed the road test, leave the engine running in park. Check under the vehicle for fluid leaks. Open the hood and check for water, oil, and transmission fluid leaks. Be aware of odors that may indicate leaks. If you smell a lacquer smell, that indicates a transmission leak or problem. Check the engine for radiator damage, welding marks, or rust corrosion. Being able to diagnose automotive problems and estimate reconditioning costs will greatly help you in assessing the vehicle's value for purchase. There are certain problems that are immediate red flags and should seriously affect your consideration of the vehicle. The following is a list of problems that may lead to expensive repairs which fall outside of our reconditioning budgetary guidelines. Transmission problems, engine knocks, excessive exhaust smoke or pure white smoke, fluid leaks, air conditioner blows hot, ABS brake light stays on, SRS airbag light stays on, electronic display dash blanks out, malfunctioning odometer or speedometer. Confidence in your knowledge of the automobile and its components is the first step in being successful as an appraiser. Knowing and understanding the inspection process is next. But whether you are a district buyer, a store appraiser, or a team leader, the final step is applying all that knowledge to AutoNation USA and value stop policies and procedures. For our mission as a company to be successful, it requires unity and consistency. Understanding the flow of inventory helps you better appreciate your role in the overall vehicle supply chain. Much of our inventory is purchased via corporate purchases or by district buyers through dealer networks or auctions. They are then sent to reconditioning centers for repairs. Depending on the vehicle's age, mileage, and retail value, they are either sent to AutoNation USA or Value Stop for consumer sales. Automotive vehicles are intricate machines which can have a variety of hidden potential problems. If they are not found to be up to the required quality, they're redlined and disposed of in the wholesale market. These vehicles represent risk to our company. Vehicles acquired through guest trade-ins, independent purchases, or expired leases from our retail stores are assessed and either sent to reconditioning centers, from which they would go through the same process, or are disposed of via the wholesale market. Vehicles needing a small amount of reconditioning represent the greatest advantage to the consumer and to the company. In keeping with our commitment to provide the better way to buy a car, we insist that the appraisal process at our retail stores is consistent with the Affinity sales approach. All buyers will at some point be expected to appraise guest vehicles at our retail stores. The Affinity approach focuses on developing a non-adversarial, non-manipulative relationship with the guests. It's based on honesty, integrity, and full disclosure. Having the guests take part in the appraisal process is critical to the guests' perception and acceptance of their vehicle's market value. There are 4 phases in the Affinity approach: acknowledging, acquiring, advising, and assuring. They are the basis of our guest-focused sales process, and each phase applies as well to the appraisal process as it relates to our guests.
Okay, Dave, I've asked Jerry, our store appraiser, to come out and inspect your vehicle to determine its actual cash value.
Okay.
You may find it helpful to have this information before we select a vehicle that you want to take out for presentation drive. Here at AutoNation USA, the appraisal value is in no way attached to the vehicle you're planning to purchase. The actual cash value stands alone and is valid for up to 7 days or 300 miles, whichever comes first.
Okay, that sounds fair. I've done a little research on my car's book value and would be interested to see what you guys will give me for it.
Great. Well, Jerry will need to inspect your vehicle's condition, take it out for a short road test, and ask you a few questions.
Okay.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi.
Dave, this is Jerry Sinclair, our store appraiser.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you, Dave.
Pleasure.
Are you enjoying your visit with us today?
Yeah, Cindy's been showing me around. She thought it would be a good idea if we go ahead and take a look at my car in case I want to trade it in.
Oh, sure. Most guests like to know the appraisal value as soon as possible. Sometimes influences what vehicle they consider.
Yeah, it's nice to know what you have to work with.
As Cindy probably explained, here at AutoNation USA, we practice fair market value vehicle purchasing, which differs from the traditional dealership approach.
Okay.
Many dealerships assess the value of your trade according to what you're planning to purchase or what you're willing to spend on their vehicle. Here, we inspect your car to determine its actual cash value, and that's irrespective of what or if you choose to purchase here.
So does that mean you'll pay me that amount for my car even if I bought somewhere else?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Huh, but we sure hope you buy here.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't we go out to guest parking, take a look at your vehicle.
Sure.
What kind of vehicle do you
The
have now?
acknowledging stage for the appraiser should set a friendly tone for the guest. The sales guide has spent time creating a relationship and building integrity for herself and the store. The appraiser must be seen by the guest as a member of the AutoNation USA team and continue building that relationship by adhering to the Affinity approach.
The entire appraisal process, including the road test, will take us about 20 minutes. And I think it would really benefit both of us if you accompany me. So that way you can help me get a clear picture of your vehicle and how you maintained it. And it would help you better understand how we arrive at our appraisal value.
Okay, sounds great.
All right.
Once outside, the appraiser should continue to establish credibility with the guest by explaining what he is about to do.
First, I'll look over the body of the car, then we'll take it out on the road for a little test. Put it through its paces, give it a bit of a workout.
Okay.
Now, if you have any questions about our appraisal process, feel free to ask me at any time.
Okay.
Were you the first owner of the car?
Yes, I bought it new.
The car looks to be in great shape. May I ask if you've had a chance to check out its value?
Yes, actually I did. I contacted my local banker and he gave me the NADA book value.
Working with an educated consumer can be an advantage. Although they may hope for the full book value, they will not have an inflated expectation of the vehicle's worth.
I noticed a variation in the paint. Can you tell me about what bodywork was performed on the car?
Yes, last year I had an accident with a car.
Was it mainly surface body damage, or did you need any framework?
Actually,
Your ability to question the guest in a courteous and professional manner is essential. These questioning techniques will be helpful. Ask many open-ended questions, including tell me more questions. Circumstance questions are ideal for fact-gathering, and permission questions help to reduce personal and interpersonal tension. There are several advantages to having the guest participate in the appraisal process. First, you are making the guest feel comfortable with the process as well as helping them to better accept and understand the resultant ACV. A second advantage is the information you can acquire from the guest during the appraisal. That knowledge can be extremely helpful in determining the value of the
All
car.
right. You ready? Let's take this thing out on the road.
Sure, sounds great.
Dave, you mentioned you were a little pressed for time. Would you like me to accompany you or stay behind and research the vehicles we discussed?
Well, Cindy, that'd actually be great if you could have 3 or 4 sport utilities ready for me when I return.
Okay, great. I'll see you in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, have fun.
All
Thanks.
Most people I talk to are happy with their Ford Mustangs. Have you been pleased with the car?
Yes, overall.
Oh, any particular problems?
No, just the usual. Change the brake pads, fluids, tires.
Yeah, usual. Okay, let's get in.
Okay.
At this point, the appraiser should invite the guest to enter the vehicle and check to make sure they are properly seated with the seatbelt fastened. Follow the procedure for vehicle inspection beginning with the starter itself. Run through the gear pattern, checking for irregularity. Once the drive is underway, continue to acquire information from the guest in a friendly, non-adversarial manner.
Okay. Did you do most of your own maintenance on the vehicle, or did you have it serviced?
Well, in the beginning, I took the vehicle to the dealership for the maintenance, but found them to be ridiculously expensive. So I started doing the basic maintenance myself.
During the road test, follow inspection procedures to check alignment, drivetrain operation, shifting if it is a manual transmission, power features, and brakes. Establishing commonality helps in another way to reduce tension.
What kind of car are you looking to buy?
I've been considering the Jimmy, a happy medium between a truck and a car.
Oh yeah, I have an SUV. Extra space really comes in handy.
Right.
The appraiser should continue acquiring information from the guest about the maintenance, repairs, fluid usage, leaks, or any body damage. Guests vary as to how forthcoming they will be, but you should be as conversational and friendly as possible to put them at ease. The more comfortable they are, the more involved they will become.
See how we're doing there?
I know the miles are kind of high on the car, but as you can see, I've maintained the car well. Would it make a difference in the appraisal amount if I supplied you with all the maintenance records?
Well, it could. Do you have them with you?
Yes, in the glove box.
Oh, excellent.
Once you complete the road test, continue with the post-drive inspection, including pulling the hood and trunk releases, checking fluid levels, looking for leaks, and conducting a final walk-around.
Your power steering fluid seems very low. Have you had any problems or excessive usage?
Have to add fluid every once in a while.
About how often?
Every 6 months.
Okay.
In the end, this helps them to take ownership of the eventual ACV and understand how and why you arrive at the amount. Offer to explain or answer any concerns about the appraisal. Before completing the evaluation, ask the guest if there is anything you've missed that you should be aware of.
Okay, anything else I need to know?
I don't think so.
Okay, then just
Write all pertinent information on the vehicle condition report. Then have the guest confirm and sign off on the report. The appraiser should always remember to thank the guest for their participation.
Thanks for coming along on the drive, Dave. Those maintenance records are very helpful.
How'd everything go?
Great. Okay, I'll go in, I'll tabulate all the information, we'll get your actual cash value for you. Hey, good luck looking for your Jimmy. I know you're gonna find one you really like.
Thanks again.
Thanks, Jerry. Dave, this is what I've come up with.
The advising stage for the appraisal process involves two important activities. First, the appraiser advises the team leader on how the ACV was determined. Second, the team leader advises the guest on the actual cash value with a complete picture of how that amount was determined. This teamwork and communication will serve in the best interest of the guest, the sales team, and the entire organization. After the ACV has been determined, notify the team leader and brief him on how and why you arrived at the ACV. Keep in mind the affinity approach. You're not simply handing the team leader an amount on a piece of paper. You must take time to explain what contributed to the actual cash value. The team leader will then present the ACV to the guest with a clear understanding of how that amount was reached.
Hi, John.
Hey, Dave, it's a pleasure to meet you. How are you today?
Good yourself.
I'm doing great. So did you enjoy the appraisal process?
Yes, I thought it was very informative.
Great, I'm glad you had the opportunity to go out with Jerry on the ride there. Jerry reviewed the actual cash value with me of the vehicle condition report,
Okay.
and he determined that the car has been well maintained. Even though the miles are high, it's in very good shape.
Right.
However, he did determine that there is a power steering leak, and to repair this requires removing the entire steering column.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So what we've done is we factored this cost of the repair into the actual cash value, which you can see here.
Well, that seems awfully low, considering the car functions without any real problem. It just leaks a little bit of fluid.
Sure, I
If the
understand that,
guest
Dave.
feels that the ACV is too low, the sales guide or the team leader should emphasize our commitment to fair market purchasing, which differs from the traditional dealership approach. Proceed calmly and patiently, addressing any underlying concerns.
Dave, understand that at AutoNation USA, we're committed to reconditioning our vehicles to perform like new. That means any vehicle you should purchase from us will not have any mechanical problems or defects. Should we purchase your vehicle, the same standards will apply.
I understand.
Right. Dave, remember the appraisal stands alone. It's not tied to the purchase of the new vehicle, and it's valid for 7 days or 300 miles. Now, if you're concerned about the reconditioning expense, we can take the vehicle over to the Automotive Service Center to have them verify it.
That would be a little more reassuring if we could confirm the cost of the repair before, I sign off on this.
Sure, great. Let me call one of our service technicians. They come over and get the vehicle. In the meantime, I noticed you have a few sport utilities picked out that
Yeah.
Cindy had pull it up on the printer for you.
This one's great.
You think that one's great?
Yeah,
Good.
I like this one a lot.
Good. We can take you out there, Cindy can take you on a presentation drive, and when you come back in, we'll discuss it further.
Great.
Okay?
Perfect.
All right. It's nice meeting you, Dave.
The
Thanks for
goal
your
is to
help.
involve the guest in the appraisal process, to help the guest understand the actual cash value of their vehicle, and to leave them feeling that every aspect of their buying experience was fair, credible, and focused on their needs. Adhering to the Affinity Appraisal process creates consistency for the guests and maximizes your knowledge of the vehicle. Knowing and following inspection procedures will prevent costly judgment errors. The vehicle inspection and appraisal process may seem time-consuming, but it's time well spent toward helping the guest find their best automotive value. Buyers and store appraisers should follow these guidelines consistently. This will ensure your personal success as well as the overall success of AutoNation USA and Value Stop.